Pigeon. Hello, I'm Rebecca, and this is Body Illumination. So today we are going to demystify Kapotasana, your Yin Yoga Swan, or your Pigeon. Grab your mat and let's begin. And I have a nice goodie to share with you at the end of the video, so stay tuned. It's a really tricky pose. Most of you are going to say because it's a hard pose, my hips are tight, anatomically, I'm not built that way. Well, yes and no. There's many things going on with Pigeon. One is that the hips store deep emotional tension. But then there's the question, what do I do if I want to cry in the pose? As long as you're not crying because there's so much pain or emotionally it's so overwhelming, then cry. Crying is a way to release emotions in the body. It's a therapeutic experience. If you feel too overwhelmed, then come out of the pose. Loads and loads and loads of emotion. And Pigeon pose is notorious for triggering unexpected emotional releases like crying or frustration. This happens because the hip flexor is connected to the psoas. The psoas muscle is directly connected to the nervous system and holds on to stress, trauma, and even past experiences. And women especially, because our center of gravity is in our hips, as opposed to men, which is up in the chest. If you feel really emotional in Pigeon pose, the body is letting go of the stress. That's what's happening. Those memories that are often stored in the fascia and the surrounding tissues in that pose. Anatomically, we're all built differently. Some of us have a deeper hip sockets. So the acetabulum and the femur bone, how they fit together like two little puzzle pieces is different for all of us. Some people have deep hip sockets. Some of us have really shallow hip sockets, and therefore we can go into these poses more easily. Also, lifestyle. So if you're sitting in a chair all day, you're going to feel very different from a teacher who's moving around a classroom all day. So it's a little bit of nature and it's a little bit of nurture. Fun fact, in some countries like Russia, they x-ray ballerinas to determine turnout. In classical ballet, extreme external hip rotation or turnout is essential. X-rays help to determine if a dancer's femur shape provide for appropriate turnout. So now you have all of this going on and you're in your yoga class and the teacher calls out Kapotasana, Pigeon pose. How do you modify? Well, typically, a teacher might walk over to you and recommend using some props underneath your hip, which is helpful. However, you're not going to get the recommendation that I'm giving you today. Why? Because you need this. It's a chair. We're going to work Pigeon from the top down today. So grab your props for the front of your mat, the back of your mat, and your chair, and your furry little friend. We're going to first start by taking our left leg forward. I'm going to demonstrate the left leg forward. You're going to take it forward and heel toe it across your mat towards your right side. We're going to keep that leg supported, and we're also going to lift up that left hip and keep the left hip supported. Now, your hands are going to come onto the chair. The reason we're using the chair for support is because we're taking that collapse out of the hips. So now you're up here and you can come up as high as you want. Now you're in place. You have your front leg supported. Your ankle and knee should feel comfortable. And until that happens, you're going to use as many props as you need to. So take up that back hip as high as you'd like. Maybe take this up higher. Then you're going to take your hands onto a chair or a bench. And you're also welcome to take them out on the sides of your body as well. So you could use a chair on the right side and the left side. For the purposes of this class today and this video, I'm going to put the chair in front of me so you can see my profile. So you hold the chair, you push into it, and now you're working from the top down. So instead of being in class and collapsing down here, you're lifting up. And you're making room, so you're keeping that integrity. We're gonna stay here, lift up nice and tall, breathe into the stretch. Then we're gonna move into my next recommendation. Basically, we're gonna add some small micro somatic movements to this pose. Once you get into your position, you're gonna take your hands down and then slowly reach one hand down to the left, lift the hip up and turn to your left. And then lower back down. And do that again, really small. Lift up, look to your left, engage through the hip. So pull the left hip back and the right hip forward, and then soften. Lots of emotions will come up in this pose. Lift up, turn to your left, and let go. And then we're going to do the same thing to the right side. So again, holding the chair as much as you need to. I do recommend keeping the chair on a nice sturdy platform like a mat, so it's not going to slide away. And then you press into the chair, inhale, exhale, gently move over towards the right, lift through the front side of the body, and then soften. Again, lift up, move to the right, and soften. And one more time, lift up, move to the right, and soften. Also adding some micro movements, pushing into the chair, lift up, stretch, open the heart, and then let go. Again, pushing into the chair, lifting the heart up, and let go. And one more time, lifting up and let go. Okay. Now we're gonna have a seat on the chair and try a more passive variation of pigeon pose. So you can do this seated in a chair, or you can do it seated in the earth. Crossing the left leg or the right leg over, and stay up, upright, or start to move forward. Again, our energy is moving upward instead of collapsing down. So keeping the integrity of the pose, and then just see if you can yield here. Yield, let go. There are so many variations in this pose. If you're in a yin yoga class and you feel comfortable collapsing in the pose, if you're not in pain, then indulge yourself. But if you are experiencing sharp pains, then try using those chairs. They'll provide the body a sense of safety and allow it to open. On the earth, you're gonna cross the right leg over the left. You can stay seated like this, or you can come onto your backside. Now, really important with all of this information, what works for one person might not work for another person. So keep that in mind. Go on your mat, be playful, be curious, but listen to your body. Remember, the goal of our yoga class is to make our lives better, to make our bodies feel better, our spirit, our mind, and unite them. Okay, and on to my goodie. If you are interested in promoting flexibility, strength, and mobility, and also emotional rinse in those hips, I have a nice goodie to share with you. A mix of all different classes, including yoga, Pilates, somatics, yin yoga. And it's absolutely free. So go check it out below. Namaste, friends. I'm very excited to share with you that I now have an exclusive membership on both YouTube and on Patreon for those of you who need a little extra support on your wellness journey. And I also am thrilled to share with you a free weekly calendar to make your life easier and your practices more regular. And if you're ready for more practices just like this, please comment below. Practice tips and tutorials. Namaste, my beautiful friends.